on this computer. Are we recording now? Yes, it is. Okay. This week I had actually last week and this week I had a bunch of emails. Is there anyone in security auditing yet? Or forensics? Well, you are, okay. Is there any of you participating in Cyber Patriot? Okay. Well, that's mentoring, but actual a student in Cyber Patriot. None of you? Okay. They will be meeting, but those of you who wanted to mentor, I haven't sent this email out yet, but the 16th, is that next Saturday? Yeah, the 16th of September, I'm going to have our 5th summer camp. It's driving me crazy. That teachers get paid to come, but sorry, mentors, you don't. But unless I don't have enough teachers. But I'm going to let students come also that are participating in Cyber Patriot. And what it's going to be is we talk a lot about policies and stuff like that, but it's basic implementation. A lot of people have never actually done it. They're actually going to use virtual machines, actually set some policies, stuff like that, that would really help at least very beginning people. So that's what we're going to do. It's got a free lunch and all that. I'll send an email with more on it because I got the names of you that want to mentor. I just haven't emailed you yet. So. But one thing I had a lot of calls about is virtualization. So many people. How many of you have never made a virtual machine in your life? There's just 3 of you? You had to. But I was amazed at how many have never done it. So I'm going to make a quick video on how to actually make a virtual machine. Okay. Now I have not installed anything different on this machine, so I don't even know if we have VMware installed on here. Okay, we do have Vmware Player, so we're going to use that. But in each of the classes I teach here at least, like we'll just look at my forensics class for instance. If you scroll down somewhere, there's actually a link here for free software. When you click on this, you can see it brings you to DreamSpark. Okay, you all have an account. If you have a class in this building, you have an account. I don't know if you've ever logged into this or not, but once you connect, and I'm going to sign in. If you don't know your password, just click sign in, then I forgot my password, and it emails it to you. But I'm going to actually download an operating system. Now, I was actually looking earlier today, and in the past, you could download old operating systems like Windows 7, Windows XP, even Windows 622, DOS 622, but it's not on there anymore. I don't know what's going on with that. I need to talk to Arlene because they were on there in the past. Let's say I want Windows 10. Click on it, and I'm going to add it to my cart. It's free. And this is, let's see, updated March 2013. Okay. This is the one we want right here. So I'm going to click add to my cart. Oh, are you serious? My eligibility has expired again. Okay. 8/23. Got to be kidding me. Okay, for some reason, my eligibility keeps expiring on this darn software. Let me pause the recording just for a second, just so I don't need all this stuff recorded. Pause this. If my access was not expired, I could download software from here. Very simply, I add it to my account, and it's free, and you can get all year long. I just don't know why she didn't renew mine, because that's just crazy. There's an issue with my account, because sometimes I need more software than what's available and more copies of it. And obviously, at this moment, I can't get access to it. But that's where you can get the Microsoft software. That's where you can get Windows 8, Windows 10, and so on and so forth. When you download it, you can actually get an ISO file. Okay. So I'm going to, in the meantime, get a different ISO file. There's another piece of software we use a lot. It's called Kali. I don't know if you've heard of Kali. But Kali comes in ISOs as well, so I'm going to download the latest version of Kali in an ISO. Okay. Oh, they're all torrents. Are you kidding me? What is going on here today? Yeah, but there should be, it's either virtual images, ARM images. I don't have torrent on this machine. Image 1, torrent. Yeah, they're all torrents as far as I know. Well, maybe it will download. Let's just see. Oh, actually, okay, so it is. It's it's both of them. So I'm gonna download Kali with a torrent. I'm sorry, with the ISO. So there is 2 different links. That's my bad. But what Kali is a very popular forensics tool you will use, at least in forensics and security auditing. So I'm downloading it. It's only going to say it's going to take about 7 minutes. But in the meantime, to run this program, I need something else. Now I'm going to show you that. As long as this hasn't expired. Get on this free software link. Yes. Oh. Shit. Excuse the word. Sorry. Projector's on now. What are you talking about? Projector's right there. Yeah, sorry about that. Just yell at me. Yeah, if you log into any of my classes, just like if you were looking online, you could see it. There is a link down here at the bottom for free software. And this is the link where you get the Microsoft software. That does not include Office. Office you get down here. Okay, but that'll get you a server and so on and so forth. But the VMware link here is where you can download. Let's see if my account works on here. Watch that one be expired too. I just have the hardest time with this because we keep my account in there because I don't quit, but it doesn't like that. It's like, well, you can't still be working here. Well, I'm still working here. Get over it. So let's see if this is the right one. Okay, there it is. So I'm in. Now, inside here, you can download VMware Workstation or VMware Player. Let me explain the difference. Player, you can play virtual machines. Workstation, you can do so much more. Okay. Then you should also have server in here. Do they not have server? You really don't have server anymore? vSphere, vDirector. Well, they don't have server anymore. Okay. But they do have VMware Workstation. So what you could do is download it. You could literally just click this link and download VMware Workstation. It's better. So Player is free. Workstation's better, and it's also free. So it's up to you what you get. See, the deal is with Player, you can create a virtual machine. You just can't do too much configuration to it. If you download Workstation, you can configure everything. Okay? It's much easier to work with. On my machine here, we have a Player installed, so we're going to see if I can get that to work. Okay? Supposedly, the newer version of Players you can install. So again, you get this software by clicking on the links here. Those of you that are like at the mid-Dell, once Virginia gets that figured out, you'll be able to get it there as well. It's yeah, that's true. I have so many. I have one for Park, I have one for OSU, and it. What? It's almost tuned in. What's tuned in? Oh, recording is working, isn't it? Okay, good. Okay, but so Kali, man, it's downloading slow. This other link right here is where you get Microsoft Office. It's not managed by Roasted at all. It's free. Like, just read the comments there. And your Raider account, at least most of you have a Raider account. You know you get Google Drive for life for free, no limit on space. Did you know that? I have 800 gigs in mine right now. I used to pay for space on, I used to pay for my personal Google Drive to be larger. But heck, this is free for life. Why get, and it's unlimited space. Because I kept looking, how big do I get? Because it was, yeah, there's no limit. That's why. So makes sense. If Google gives us unlimited space, what are we going to do? We're going to use it more. If we use Google more, we're not going to be using Microsoft or Dropbox or anyone else. So that's why they do it. All right. So you need those pieces of software. Now, if you're doing Cyber Patriot, they're already going to give you a pre-built virtual machine, but we're just going to create one real quick, as long as we can get Kali to download. It's taking a minute. What? Yes, it's very slow. I'm going to try looking at another machine on campus. See, maybe they happen to have a copy there. You don't have access to this, so don't bother trying. But I want to go to their software development. I was hoping there might be some ISOs in here. MakerBot, QuickBooks, no, there's not. Install log. Funny thing is I checked my password for that before I came up here and it worked fine. I just didn't realize that, oh, it's there, but it's expired. Yeah, I don't see the ISO files anywhere. Naturally. Let's look under here. It's almost done downloading. We're just about there. All right, we're going to forget about that guy. In the meantime, I happen to have Workstation already downloaded on my machine downstairs, and it's in users, KDewey, downloads, Vmware. Oh, I do have Windows. That's the print driver. Darn it, I thought I had one. I thought I found one. Vmware distribution. That's not it either. Seriously? Okay, where is? Someone let me know when they see Vmware Player or Workstation on here. Actually, we have Vmware Player, don't we? But okay. Actually, I could install this. But when you download, that's what it looks like. But I want to try using Player first. If that doesn't work, we'll get it from here. Okay. We got 2 minutes left. I'm going to bring up VMware Player, which is right here on my desktop. And I'm going to go create a new virtual machine. So far, so good. Now I want to use an install file. Now for that, I need this other one to finish, and it's got 1 minute left. It's almost there, 55 seconds. But when you create a virtual machine, you get an option. Install it off your DVD if you have a DVD, or install off ISO. Is there anyone here who still uses DVDs? Sometimes. I try not to, because I mean, if you can get it converted to an ISO, why do you need a DVD for? Especially when you got 7-zip and stuff like that, they can open it. Okay, it's almost downloaded. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, 0 seconds left. Okay, and it's downloaded. So what I'm going to do now is, rather than point to my DVD, I'm going to browse over here to my downloads directory and point to Kali. Okay? So what it's going to do is it's going to simulate that it's an OS. Okay? Then I get an option here. I will install the virtual machine later, but I'm not going to click that because I would actually do the install now. And it says, okay, what type of this? So what type of virtual machine is Kali? Does anybody know? It's a Linux machine. So you click that, and I would probably select other 64-bit 2.6 kernel. I mean, just if it doesn't work, you can always pick another one. All this does is gives you some pre-configuration. Okay, so you do that. Then you give it a name, Kali. And this is where it's going to put it. It's going to install it in this directory right here. I'm going to say next. Now the next thing is, how big do you want the hard drive to be? And this is all virtual. You do not have a separate hard drive. What it's doing is it's taking a portion of your hard drive. Okay. It defaults to 8 gigs. I don't know for Kali. I don't know if 8's enough. It should be. But I'm going to give it 20 just to be safe. Now, I can tell it to store the disk file separately or multiple files. What that means is, for that hard drive of 20 gigs of space, do I want one big, huge 20 gig file or some smaller ones? What do you think would be a better option? I like the same one as well. Only thing is here, this is saving to my T drive, which I know is It's technically not deep freeze, but we're going to go with single file. So, see, it's saving it to a special location, not on my C drive. Okay, it's because we got deep freeze. All right, so there's what I got. I can customize the hardware at this point as well. I could add a floppy disk. I could have another hard drive. I could add whatever I wanted into here. I'm going to say finish. That's all there is. I now have my virtual machine up and running. Well, and created, I haven't installed it yet. So now I'm going to play it. When you play it, at least with Kali, it's going to come up here and says, hey, do you want to start installing this thing? Whenever you're setting up a virtual machine, you can get a lot of errors about removable devices. Okay, what it's talking about is, hey, I don't know how to work with these speakers or with this external microphone or this, just say okay. In this case, I'm going to go with Linux. Again, so all those pop-ups about all this removable or external hardware, just say, live with it, okay? Just live with it, okay? So we're going to do that, and now it's going to actually do the install of Kali, or if it was Windows, it would install Windows. It's that simple to set them up. It's very simple. I don't know if I want to run through this whole setup because that could take a while. But when it's done, what it created for, let's look and see what it created. Let's go to actually, let's go to Documents. It should be in my Documents area. It should be in Documents, Virtual Machines. Here's Ken's Kali machine. Now you notice a bunch of stuff in here. We have these LCK files. Anyone know what an LCK file is? It stands for lock. Basically, it's in use. I'm using it. It's currently running, as you can tell in the background. It's installing. So it's kind of like locked. Now, there's a file, this VMX file right here. This is the file you run. Now, if you actually were to open this in like, let's open it with TextPad. All it is a configuration file. That's all it is. You can literally change all that information right here. Like, if you download the pre-built Kali image, like, remember when I got Kali right? Oh, get away. Right here. Well, under this, I can actually download pre-built virtual images. So I could click on this virtual image, and it will come right up and say, hey, which one do you want? Do you want it for VMware, or do you want it for whatever PAE is, or do you want it for this one or that one? So I would probably download this one. So what this is a copy of Kali already configured to work on VMware. It's already installed, no OSI file, ISO file. It's all done, ready to go. You can just run it. But there's a problem. When you go to run it in VMware Player, it won't run. It can't run. The fix for that is, let me find it. Okay, right here. Okay, this other 26X Linux 64-bit, you see that? Let me make this a little bigger. Well, it's not easy to do. Tools, I gotta go to document classes. Where's that font? Okay, let's go make it 20. Okay. This setting right there, the guest OS setting, we selected. I remember when we went into other Linux, whatever. If you download the pre-built image from their website, it's set to Debian 64. And they won't run on Player. It's like, can't support it. So if you try to run on VMware Player, it won't work. Easy fix. Change it to that, and it works fine.
What about Workstation?
Workstation runs just fine. Just what Player is free. So they're like, we're only going to let you do certain things with it. But a fix for it is, so what? It's not Debian, but Debian is really Linux 64-bit, 2.6 kernel anyway. So you take out where it says Debian and change it to this, and it builds perfectly. So it's not cheating. So it's just that they don't give you that configuration setting in Player, so you have to do it yourself. And we can thank William for that. He's the one who found it. So, see, what sucks is I do this stuff in Workstation, which is fine for me because I have Workstation. But then I provide it to my students. I'm like, oh, I got Player and it doesn't work. So, yeah. But the easy fix. So that VMX file is the file you would edit to fix that problem. But there's all kinds of settings in here. You know, what version is it? Blah, blah, blah. You can disable CD-ROMs. You can actually see our, there it is. There's our file name for ISO right there. Okay. So you can change all that in here. So pretty nice little option for you. Now, is this actually still installing? Yeah, it takes quite a while to do it. But the other file you want in here is this Vmdk file. Vmdk is actually virtual machine disk. That is the actual hard drive, and it should grow once it's done here. It should be growing now, and I'm surprised it's not. But what's cool is you can actually take that Vmdk file and copy it somewhere, and it's just like a hard drive. You can use it in forensics just like a hard drive. You can do it just like an image of something. You can literally analyze the Vmdk file very easily. But if you're doing the Cyber Patriot, what they give you is a machine that's totally configured already. All you need to do is go in here, open up Player, then click on VMX, and it runs. That's it. You don't have to worry about any of this. But in the real world, you're going to have to worry about some of this stuff. Here's the reason I started doing more of this. We have what's called an ESX server, actually, right behind that. Actually, no, it's over there. It's over there. Room 207, which we've used for years. But then I found out students didn't quite understand how to create a virtual machine. And in the real world, you need to know how to create a virtual machine because they're used for. I use virtual machines at home all the time. When we were in this, where was it at? Remember I told you we could download VMware from? Well, we got to download a VMware Fusion. That's the Mac version, which works night and days better, by the way. It is super quick. The graphics capabilities is night and day above it. But so you could actually run VMware Fusion on your Mac and run a VMware that you created on Windows. So once this install's done, again, I'm not going to let it go through the entire thing here because it could take forever. I'm just going to turn it off. But once it's all done, those locks should go away. Once you turn your machine off, so the locks are all gone, then what I can do is I can take this file right here and send it to somebody. You know, I make a copy of it. You know, I distribute amongst all of you. So then you now have a virtual machine. Now, if you try to run this copy the first time you run it, I'm going to open a Vmware Player. It might go up and say, did you copy me or move me? Okay. It really doesn't matter. Okay. It really doesn't. You can say whichever one you want, and then it will start installing. You'll know there it goes. It asks me the inputs and so on and so forth. So yeah, the nice feature about this is you don't, so once you get it done, you just share it. You just copy it to someone else's machine. And they can do it as many times as you want. Let's talk about another feature that's there with Workstation that's not with Player. Okay. Inside of Workstation, I'm sorry, instead of Player, get mixed up. Let's see. VMware. Inside of VMware Player, okay, I got my two different machines now because remember I copied it. There's an option in Workstation called Snapshots, which are amazing. Let me explain what a snapshot is. Okay. Y'all remember Farmville? Y'all remember Farmville? Okay. Many years ago, see, I have this problem. When someone asks me to do something, I have to do it pretty, I like to do it completely and win, or if it's a game, I got to win the game. So they wanted me to play Farmville with them. So I said, I'll play Farmville with you. Well, I don't know if you know anything about Farmville, but you grow plants and crap, whatever. But inside there, you can install these toolbars. And by installing the toolbars, you've got Farmville dollars, and you can use the dollars to upgrade your stuff and make it better. But who wants all those toolbars? No one does. So what you do is inside VMware Player or Fusion, you right-click on it, and you say, Snapshot set snapshot here. What that does is it makes an exact copy of your machine as it's running at this moment. Either turn it off or power it on, whatever configuration it's in. Then you go play Farmville and you install every toolbar they got. Then you reboot your machine and reboot back to the earlier snapshot and they're all gone. But you got all the points. So you keep doing that. I've done it for installing viruses. Think about it. I'm not quite sure if this is a virus or not. Set a snapshot, go screw with your machine, mess it up. Oh, that killed it. No big deal. Revert back to the first snapshot. It undoes everything. And you can make multiple snapshots. You can have like one at 8 o'clock, one at 10 o'clock, and you can make as many as you want and revert back to them. So those of you in Cyber Patriot, if you actually ran it inside a workstation, you could fix the problem, snapshot. Fix another problem, snapshot. That way you can always go back. And with Player, you can't do that. With Player, you're kind of run it, and it saves changes, and then you're kind of messed up. We taught this summer, we taught a summer camp where I had a bunch of students doing Metasploit Pro. We were breaking into a Windows XP machine and stealing all the passwords. Wow, did they screw them up. If only I had the ability to have a snapshot, I could have fixed them all, made a snapshot, and screw them up all you want and reverted it back. But we were running Player, so I couldn't. It's like, ugh. But so that's a really good feature of Workstation. And it comes on Workstation. It comes on Fusion as well. Okay.
Professor.
What?
Professor,
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, good. Is the particular version you're using in this example the Workstation 2012 that I saw, or version 12?
Yeah, well, I actually am running VMware Player at this moment.
Ah.
See it? Now, I was going to install VMware 12, Workstation 12. I think it's 12.1. But 12.1 does the whole snapshot. It's weird, but Workstation is the best you can get. So, yeah, I recommend using that. But what it is, Player we can install on every classroom here, no problem. Workstation actually has a license tied to the machines and they expire every year. That's why it would be an issue in a classroom. A lot of the software companies used to provide what was called site licenses, where you, like Rose State has one. Okay, we have a site license for Windows. I'm sorry. Actually, we do it for Windows as well. We have one for Office 2016. They install it anywhere on campus, and this one key works on all of them. But we don't have that for VMware. It's darn expensive. Okay. I got software that costs $3,000 a copy. Can you imagine if I wanted to buy 2,000 copies of that? Ooh. Yeah, it'd be crazy. So that's why we're using Player in here. It works basically the same. You just can't do snapshots in Player. Let's see, what else was there about Player that's a little different? If you have, I know Middell does not have an account like this. They do not have one. It costs $300 a year. So you need to tell Virginia she needs to budget for that next year. You're in Virginia's class, aren't you? Back there in the back? Yeah. Tell her she needs the budget to get VMware for the school. That way you all could use Workstation or Fusion or whatever. So, would you like me to install Workstation so you can see the difference? That'd be beneficial?
If that would be all right with you.
Yeah, okay, let me do that.
Everyone else is okay with that.
Yeah, y'all don't mind. They don't care. And that was under...
Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. Let's go to downloads. It was at the bottom, wasn't it? There it is. Okay, let me close out Player. I'm going to install Workstation. Now I need a key, and my key's in here somewhere. Got to find my key. Come on, you can install. Oh, I know where to get the key. Once you purchase the software, I can actually go up in here into my account. This is the cool part of this. And sign in again, yeah, whatever. Then I can see where I bought Fusion. That was for Mac. Here's the Windows version. I can run this. So I can do view, get out of the way. Can't see. That's the Mac version. This is Windows. So I'm going to view details of that order. There's my product key. It keeps your product key for 2 years. It's all free. All right, so we're going to do this. We're preparing. It's actually copying across the network is why it's a little slow. And we're actually going through a phone that's a 10 megabit phone. I think it's 10. Yeah, it's. You know, we got gigabit networks everywhere. Yeah, we go through these phones that are. In my office, I have straight into the gigabit, but when I copy it from classrooms and stuff, it kills it. So, I wonder if I had an extra port here somewhere we could hijack. Who's the other one going to? Oh, it's going to the darn printer. I could hook the printer through the phone. Okay. We'll do that later. Okay. So I'm going to accept all these agreements that I just read. I'm going to install this. I don't want to help you improve nothing. I don't want to check for updates. And I definitely don't want a desktop icon. I'm tired of desktop icons. Okay.
Also, the difference between VMware and Hyper-V.
They're basically the same. VMware is obviously a VMware tool. Hyper-V is Microsoft's tool. You can use either one. You could also use VirtualBox by Oracle. I mean, you could use a ton of them. It's just that the original one was VMware. Then Microsoft came out with their version. Then Oracle, you know, it's kind of like they're all there. I like Workstation because I've used it, VMware's. But Hyper-V works fine as well. But what if I want to run it on a Mac? I can't run Hyper-V. I can revert, you know, I can run VMware on Linux, on Windows, on Mac, on everything. So where Microsoft's is Microsoft's. And yeah, you might only have Microsoft products, but if you're in the field of cybersecurity at all, you really need to get other stuff. I got a Surface at home. I got a MacBook at home. I got Windows at home. I got everything because you need it. I got a Kali image at home. I got a Snort image at home. I got all these different ones because, you know, I like Snort. Snort has, I'm sorry, it's not, Security Onion. Sorry, Security Onion has Snort built into it, which if you ever heard about intrusion detection systems, that's the best one there is. So there's different tools that do different things. And I tell you, some things work great on the darn Mac. But no, I probably use my Windows more than my Mac. Not that. Seriously? What the heck are you doing now? Is it? What's going on with my keys today?
Yeah, in between you getting it off that page, somebody probably used it. You let us all say it's too late now.
Okay, well, it's actually good for 30 minutes. I mean, 30 days. I think we're going to have a free install for 30 days. So let's try this. It's just killing me. It's just killing me. Okay. Workstation 12 Player. What? That's not what it, there it is. Workstation Pro. That's what I want. Workstation Pro. I'm going to try it for 12 days. That's fine. I tell you, we have the biggest issue with licenses here. Okay, so this is Workstation now. Now I can actually open up the virtual machine I made already. That was under Documents, Virtual Machines. Let's go to Ken's Kali. Ken's Kali. Okay, there, and there it is. I can play it. I can do everything that I want. It looks the same. Oh, I wanted to do the install. Let's just do live. The difference between live and install is live is going to run from the ISO. It's not going to actually install anything. Install is going to install it so you don't need the ISO anymore. Install is much better, especially if you want to use it a lot. Okay? But, actually, let's do install. Maybe. There it goes. It's doing something. It's mounting something. No. Seriously. Okay. Whenever you're doing this, by the way, my mouse is missing now. Well, it's not available during the install, but it captures it. So if you read the bottom corner, it tells you hit Control-Alt, and that releases your mouse. I've had some people call it, my mouse is broken. No, just hit Control-Alt. Oh, there it is. So install United States. Let's do English. Okay. Now, while it's running, I'm actually going to go over here. I'm going to go to Snapshot. Take Snapshot. This is going to be called Snapshot 1. Okay. Now I'm going to turn it off. Shut down guest. Just shut it off. Okay. So you agree my machine is no longer running. Now let's go over to my virtual machines. And there's actually a snapshot in here. See this snapshot down here? All right. So now if I want to power this machine back up, I can actually revert straight to, revert to snapshot 1. And instantly, boom, it's already remembered. Oh, I'll give it a second. It's already remembered all the keyboard settings and everything. Remember those keyboards, language, English, and all that? You'll see it didn't ask me this time. So you can actually do it multiple times. It's kind of like when I was in Tulsa, I had to write a compilers program. It was probably 5,000 lines of code. I would literally make a copy and store it externally on a different site every day, sometimes multiple times a day. It's like, that's not working. Save this. In case I screw it up, you want to be able to go back. That's what a snapshot is. I might have screwed it up. So now I can very easily go over here and say, you know what? I'll take another snapshot. Snapshot 2. Okay. So now I can sit here and I can say, let's go back to snapshot 1. And there, what? Not really. And I'll tell you, then I could say, you know what? I want a snapshot 2 instead. There it is. I mean, you can go back and forth. It's so handy doing that. What they are is they're change files, or they call them delta files. Okay? Say I install Kali totally, and then take a snapshot. Then for anything I do from that point, I'm only storing the changes, okay? But if I take a snapshot at the very beginning of the install, yeah, obviously every snapshot is going to be tons of stuff that's going to, they're going to be a lot. Your best bet is I just install the Windows, okay? Take a snapshot. And think about it in the real world. I'm going to install this update. Take a snapshot before you do the update. Whoop, it crashed my whatever. Roll back to prior to the update. Then it undoes everything you did. So snapshots, amazing feature for this tool. Okay? Did that help you there, Chris? Okay, good. All right, so yeah, that's VMware Workstation. They used to have VMware Server, which, believe it or not, was not good as VMware Workstation. VMware Server allowed you, okay, in the near future, we will have a machine running downstairs with a whole bunch of virtual machines running on it, okay? That way, you students can practice breaking into Windows 7, Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows, whatever. So what we'll have is one machine running a bunch of virtual machines, then y'all could get into it. Well, Server's better for that because it doesn't use much resources for itself. It just gives it out to all the virtual machines, whereas Workstation actually does use a few more resources. Make sense? So, and also inside the same machine here, let me power off. You know, maybe I want to change something. I can always click on Edit Settings. I can get down here to whatever. I can add, you know, well, let's add, you know, there's my network card. Maybe I want another network card. I can go in here and say, you know what? I want another network card. And this one's going to be bridged. Some people ask me what the heck this question means. Okay. Well, let me explain. If I have a virtual machine running on this machine and I use bridged, it is going to share the network connection with my regular PC. So if my regular PC was on the 1010 network, my virtual machine's on the same network. It's just like another machine running. Someone from around campus would look at that and say, wow, we got this new machine out there running. They'll be able to see it just like a new machine. That's bridged. Okay. NAT is you would have to connect through me. In other words, my machine's connected to Rose State. Then it does network address translation. So maybe the Rose network is 1010, but then with NAT, my network between my PC and the virtual machine is 192.168.
Oh, so it's all the traffic's coming from the same address?
Yes.
Okay, then with bridge, it's going to pull another address?
Yes, it'll get a totally new address.
Does it always change?
It'll be done. Now, if you can do them static, you can go ahead and statically assign them. But host only, me and the host can talk. That's it. I can't go beyond the host. Okay? That's really good. A lot of times you want to do testing. Like I taught a reverse engineering class. I have tons of viruses. And what sucks is the roasted network kept, detecting them all and deleting them all. My seriously, you just leave the darn viruses alone. But when they're installed in host-only mode, I mean, it can't get out. I mean, you can even turn off the network. So it's really is just it can't go anywhere. So, but normally you're going to stick with NAT, but you could go the other way as well. Again, bridged. It's just like it's a separate machine plugged in with its own network card. Entire world. We actually about 2 years ago, Brad, our network engineer, came walk around campus. Where is it? We're looking for it. And I'm like, what are you? Because there's a machine somewhere around my old office, 131, had some weird name. Well, what it was a student's laptop. There was running a virtual machine on that it was in bridge mode, and they saw it on the network. Yeah, and they're like, okay, it's got to be around here somewhere. Where is it? And it turns out it was we're like, we don't have one. And later we found out, oh, it was on that laptop. So, but yeah, you can add other network cards. You can add whatever. It's really cool for testing. Okay. You can also go under options, and you could look under the OS. Now this one should give me a bigger list. See, now we have Debian up here. That's what Kali, when you download it from the VMware pre-configured image, it comes in, I think, is Debian 8 64-bit. Actually, let's try this. I've never done this, so it might fail miserably. So, all right, so I'm going to close that out. Now I'm going to bring up Vmware Player and try to play that machine again. Okay, and that should be this one. It shouldn't work if I saved it correctly. Actually, it did run. Maybe it was the other one. Heck, I don't know. So, like I said, it could fail miserably. Now, where did my VMware Player go? Let's go to, no, it's this one here. Now I got to do open with, don't I? With Player. I did save it as that. Virtual machine printing features disabled. Darn it. Oh, because it's not installed yet, that's why. If it was fully installed, it wouldn't work. It's just not installed because it's really just pointing to the ISO at this point. So, but pretty simple to do. Any questions on that? Hopefully it helps you guys a little. I can't believe both my licenses are screwed up. That just sucks. And so, all right, but yeah, if you guys don't have this, you need to get it. If you have an account, if you have a class at Rose State, you'll automatically get it as well. And I'm going to take this. Is this link available in Cybersecurity Club?
No, it is not.
Well, it's fixing to be. It's going to be in there, and then you guys can see if it's in there and use it. Say new news item, free software. There you go. All right, should be there now on the Cybersecurity Club webpage. Does everybody have an account on the Cybersecurity Club webpage? If you don't, we can make you one. Well, you should, because you should have got an email saying meeting was at 3. Should have got that at about 1:30, 1:45, or sometime today. Maybe it was at 12:30. I don't know. You guys did get one, didn't you?
12:19.
12:19, you got it. So, all right, well, I'm going to stop this recording. Oh, we got a chat message on here. What is the director of your server just rebranded? Huh? Well, who? Well, oh, what if director? I don't know what you're asking me there, Chris.
That was posted earlier when we were looking at all the VMware versions, and you were looking for server, and I saw the director ones. I was like,
oh, okay. Okay, makes sense. It could be. It might be rebranded as that. So, I'm not totally sure on that. So, they keep changing it all the time. But.
Figured it was worth asking, considering I actually couldn't find Microsoft Visio, and I found out I had to go through DreamSpark, or Microsoft Imagine, as they call it now. And
they keep
like, oh, they've changed the name like 6 different times the past 7
years. Yeah. So if you want to download a pre-built one, just download this one right here. It's already installed, works perfectly. But remember, with VMware Player, you got to get rid of the whole Debian thing. Change it to other 64-bit. If you don't remember what to change it to, create a new machine, select other, and then look at the VMX file. Oh, it's called this. Okay. Here's VirtualBox. You can use those as well. That's VirtualBox is Oracle, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it is, yeah. And here's Hyper-V. They're already pre-done for you, so kind of cool. If you just want the ISO files, then just go wherever the heck it went. Where's the non-virtual ones? Come on. Can't get back to the regular ones. I guess the regular ones are missing.
You're on the Cali.org website. You're on the.
Oh, I went to Cali. That's why. Okay. Yeah, Cali, there it is. There we go. There's the ISO, and there's torrents right there. Download the ISO. By the way, they have a light version here. Don't download it. It's missing so much stuff. It works, but you literally got to install everything you want. So it's like, oh man, that's missing, and this is missing, that's missing, and everything's stinking missing. So don't recommend getting the light version. If you're in my forensics class, what I did for you guys, let me show you that. It's also in security auditing, at least to some extent. If we go in here under content, then there's software needed, and you'll actually see there's access data, then there's guidance software, then there's Kali Linux, there's the VMware image all fixed for you, so you don't have to worry about it. And there's 7-zips, you know how to do it. There's Vmware Player, then I have all these tools in here for you. So I try to make it so you could just do it all. So, all right. Would it be helpful if I held a meeting like this and kind of ran through, like, okay, how many of you know what exit pilot is? Exit pilot. Pilot. Or how about wget? Some of you might have heard of it. What if I did a meeting where I just showed you how a few of them work? Just a quick demo of the, like Network Miner. Who's used Network Miner? But what happens if you get a PCAP-NG file? Can you use Network Miner?
You can show us, I guess.
Yeah.
That might help some people. Some. You just had to rename it. But so many people, I can't do it this time. It won't work. I'm going to get it work fine. No, it won't work. Trust me, it works fine. Nope, it will not work. I can't do it. I'm like, there you go. But maybe I'll do that one of these days, have a meeting where I just show you, like 7-zip. I'm assuming we all know what 7-zip is, even though 3 of you are lying. Because it's so many people, it's like, I've never seen 7-zip in my life. I'm like, really? What 7-zip does for us, I will show you, by the way, real quick. Okay, we got this, what did we download? We downloaded Kali, didn't we? We download this ISO file. I can actually open it up with 7-zip, and it shows me the entire thing right there. I can run setup and everything. So it totally opens up ISO files. So many people think when you have an ISO, you need to copy it to a DVD. Well, first of all, that's wrong. You don't copy it to a DVD. You burn it to a DVD. Because copying, you literally are just copying the file. Burning it will actually open the ISO and install it on there. But you really don't need it. When you have 7-zip, it literally opens and you can just copy the stuff off and run it from here. So pretty simple to do. You can take this off, throw it on a thumb drive, or do whatever you want to do. So I really haven't, other than the software they bring to me from across campus, it's only on DVD. I do everything off ISO. It's so much easier. So, and all the forensic software I give the students, it's like, let's look up at the guidance software stuff. No, I'm sorry, the access data. These are all ISO files. They're all ISO files, except for that one, I think. But because they're, 3 gigs in size, whatever. So, all right. So I think we're going to call it quits here for today. That should at least give you some of an idea of how to create a virtual machine. Okay. All right. Let me stop recording.